Agency owners should think about hiring employees versus contractors for a couple of reasons. Number one is if you're thinking about your service as if you just imagine like your service is a product, it's not. The contractors are the cost of goods. And that means that the cost of goods is whatever, $1,000 per account. That means, that's how much it costs you to hire the contractor per account. That means that your margins are fixed. Like you can't ask that person to do more work for the money you've paid them. So like you're never going to get expanding margins. And so if your costs are fixed for every dollar revenue you get in, you can grow your business, but you never truly scale. And so the definition of scaling isn't we got really big. The definition of scaling is to have your revenue grow faster than the costs involved in servicing that revenue. So employees are elastic, right? Meaning you can ask them for a short period of time to take on more work without paying them more. Not that that's not ideal, but they do provide some elasticity. And this is such a nuanced thing, but employees are really invested in making their everyday life better. They want to be happier at work. So they will do things like figure out, oh, this process sucks. I would like to fix it. Or this doesn't work for me. How can we make that better? Whereas a contractor who might actually have 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 other clients, they're just thinking, what is the amount of work that I have to do in order to get my pay? Because as soon as that's done, I'm going to go do the work on my next client. And so there's a level of investment where a contractor isn't part of your team. They are a contractor, so they work for themselves and they provide you services. An employee is part of your family, and they are invested in making that family dynamic really good. And if the living room needs to be remodeled, they're the people who are going to do it. Whereas the contractor is going to say, I'll sit anywhere because I'm leaving in a half an hour. And I think that's really what it gets down to, is that the employee is invested and the contractor is trying to do an exchange. They're exchanging labor for money, and an employee has agreed, like, I'm going to give you part of my life. Like, we are now committed to one another. I'm sure you've heard the story around breakfast time. What's the difference between a chicken and a pig? The chicken is involved, but the pig is committed, right? Because if you get, and contractors like chickens, like they give you the thing you asked for, but they're not making a commitment to you.